Yeah, we've had to make sure that we're deliberate, but we also move with some speed because things are getting worse real fast. And in fact, since you and I met, now I find out that the Children's Hospital part of the county has 0 beds available, and half of the kids that are in those units have the variant. And so this thing is really escalating even amongst children, and I didn't even know that when I had the news conference.
Wow. And you consulted with a number of people. Talk about some of the folks that you spoke with as you made your decision here.
Well, I've been talking to other superintendents, and I was actually on a call last Friday with the superintendents from all over the state. And in one district in West Texas, where the superintendent had a mask on, but nobody else did, they have a bunch of students that are out. In a Houston area suburbs, same thing. And they've already started. They started early. So I'm hearing from superintendents, and of course you saw what the Houston superintendent said he was going to recommend. And so then I'm talking to local county officials, and Clay Jenkins in particular, and my team's working with his team. We're getting the nature of how this thing has really escalated in the last few days.
What is your message to parents?
Well, my message to parents is we're going to do everything to keep you safe, just like we did last year. And none of us like wearing this mask. I don't like and I'm vaccinated, but we got to do what we got to do as an extra layer of protection. And we got to get back in school. So we're already behind, and we're doing multiple calendars. We've got after school for 66 schools. We've got summer breeze in the summer. We're doing everything we can, and we can't let this thing whip us. But if everybody cooperates, and I know some people are going to test us, but we want everybody to cooperate with us so we can get through this, so we can start school and our kids can get back to learning.
Now, the point on the potential that there could be some type of fine for issuing this requirement, what do you know about that portion of this thing, and are you prepared to pay up if needed?
Yeah, absolutely. There are consequences for whatever actions you take, and I'd rather take that consequence than have the health of students and staff and families on my mind. So we'll cross that bridge when and if we get to it. It's kind of vague, but it doesn't matter. If I need to be held accountable, I need to pay a fine, I'll do what I need to do.
Have you talked with the governor's office at all about this, or did they know that you were going to make this announcement today?
No, they didn't know. I'm working with my team. I just try to do things that I can control. I actually have had a good relationship with the governor in the past. I've served on a couple of committees with him. It's not personal. This is a different point of view. He has the whole state to worry about. I've got all of Dallas ISD to worry about.
And a little bit on the enforcement side of things, how will this be enforced?
Well, we're going to work with people at first, but as you see, I don't know if you were at the schools today, most people are wearing the mask, so it's not going to be a huge leap. And if people don't want to, we're talking about giving them 2 or 3 hours to get a mask. And then if you still don't, then we're going to invite them to vacate. And then we'll just follow the consequences as we go. But I expect, like I said, we're compliant. Dallas ISD, we're very compliant, except when it comes to this big macro thing. We got to do what we got to do. What's in the best interest of our students. And so we'll see. We're going to be reasonable with people up to a point. But if you're going to infect somebody else, and our kids can't get the vaccine under 12, and that's what we're worried about.
So is there any clear decision as far as, I mean, I know this is fluid and the situation continues to evolve, but as far as first offense, 1-day suspension, is there any, clear ruling on consequence for not?
We're not going to suspend them. We'll give them a mask. We'll give them 2 masks. We just ask them to put it on. And they won't do it, then there are consequences. Just like I'm going to suffer consequences for what I'm doing, they're going to suffer consequences. That's why we're putting up this virtual opportunity. And if they really don't want to do it because of underlying health conditions, we have homebound opportunities. And even if that's not good enough, they just don't want to do it because of philosophical reasons. We want to have a virtual option that they can go to. But we got to get back to learning.
I know you had said that you had talked with some other districts across the state. Have you talked with any here locally in North Texas? And if so, have they had any reaction to what decision you made today?
Well, I'm in constant contact with the local superintendents. Everybody's situation is a little different. And I informed them of what I was going to do, but that's really their situation with their school board and their community as to, what's most appropriate for them. Do I think anybody else will follow suit? I don't know. That's not my responsibility. I know there are a lot of districts in the Houston area where the situation's much graver than maybe suburban Dallas that are considering it. And I think even Austin is considering it. So there are other people going to take situations. I would never expect some rural district out in West Texas to do this because that's not their situation with the numbers.
Any length that you expect this to last?
Well, that's the crystal ball. I hope that by the end of August we're done, but hope's not a strategy. It's all going to be dictated on these numbers. We get back down to less than 500, 400 and start going the other direction like it did in Europe, then this will be very temporary. If it doesn't, who knows what the courts are going to say, but we'll just kind of play it out and see what happens.
Perfect. Anything we missed, anything that you want to bring out, Doctor?
No, just this is going to be an evolving thing. None of us wanted to be here, but you got to listen to your conscience, and that's what we're trying to do is protect our students and families.
Thank you.